All animal lovers have moments that they believe that their pets have human qualities. Let me tell you, my dog is the most human canine to ever walk the earth. And the cutest best girl too. Not that I'm biased or anything, but there are animals that take being human-like to a whole new level. Some even start to look like humans. It is pretty strange and super cool. Let's meet some of these little impersonators. This is a list of animals born with human faces. Please remember, if you enjoy this video, to give us some love by hitting that like button and subscribing to our channel. It means a lot. If you turn on the notifications, then you will never miss a thing. First up on this list is the stingray. Stingrays might not be the first animal you think of when thinking about animals with human qualities, but just look at their faces at the bottom of their bodies. They look just like a human face. It is pretty awesome. These fish are closely related to sharks, but while these flat fish can be dangerous, they are generally pretty calm when swimming with humans. They have no bones in their bodies, and their skeletons are made up of cartilage. They're pretty stunning to watch. But it is their face that is really special. Just look at it. It just looks like a human's feature. But it isn't entirely like it seems. The spots that look like eyes are really the stingray's nostrils. They chew their food, and some even seem to enjoy encounters with humans. They are pretty cool fish with pretty interesting faces. Next up is the harpy eagle. Harpy eagles are in fact real birds that exist, at least for now. They are rapidly disappearing from their natural habitat. That would be a massive shame. Just look at that face. They don't only look like they have a human face, but they are super cute too. But don't let the cute face fool you. These birds are super powerful too. Imagine grizzly bear claws. They are pretty scary, right? Well, the harpy eagle's talons are longer than that, and they are strong too. They could pretty easily puncture your skull with their talons. Luckily for us, they normally stick to smaller animals like monkeys. You would never imagine that these pretty faces hide such powerful animals, but they are incredible birds that need to be protected. Next up is the blobfish. It's actually pretty insulting to humans to say that these ugly fish look like they have a human face, but I guess we never said that it would look like an attractive human. They look like someone with no teeth and who has a massive nose, but still it looks like a human. They are pretty interesting fish that we don't know much about yet. They live in the deep depths of the ocean, so it isn't easy to examine them and see them in their natural habitat. So since we don't even know all that much about the deepest parts of the ocean, it just makes sense that we don't know too much about the animals that live there. What we do know might shock you. Blobfish don't look like that when they're swimming around in the ocean. You might not even recognize them. They look just like any other fish, but still is pretty cool to see their ugly little faces. Next up is the leopard gecko. These cute little lizards are pretty well known, and they are great little animals, and many people feel like they are pretty great pets too. They are lizards that prefer to live alone, so they are great for people who only want to keep one solitary animal. They're also pretty hardy animals, so they're great lizards that are pretty strong. But that doesn't mean that they don't need proper care. Any animal can get very sick if you don't know how to properly care for them. That is why it's a good idea to read up about any pet you want to get and to make sure that the area you live in allows you to keep pets like a leopard gecko. But while all of that is great, why are these little guys on our list? They don't have faces that look like humans at all. But look at those little fingers. They look like little human fingers. And most of the time, they look like a little human that is plotting something with their little fingers. Seriously cute, just like little baby fingers. Then we have Yogi, the human-looking dog. When you look at photos of Yogi, the Shih-Tzu puppy, you won't be blamed for thinking that these are photos from a face-swapped app. But these are all just Yogi's own cute face. He's a cross between a Shih Tzu and a poodle. But still, his face looks like there are human genes in there too. People are freaking out when photos of Yogi were posted to the internet. He just looks so much like a human baby. And I'm sure that he is his owner's baby, but she didn't even realize just how human he looks until people kept pointing it out. He has even been compared to some stars, but I think his face is as unique as the puppy himself. He might look like a human, but besides that, he is just super cute too. Then we have a pacu fish. These are a large species of fish that have their natural habitat in the fresh water of South America. They might be great to eat, but they are pretty big and seriously ugly fish. They live for almost 20 years and can grow massive when they are very old. But while they look a bit scary, experts say they aren't dangerous to humans. But again, they are very ugly fish. So why would I tell you that they have anything in common with humans? The reason hides inside their mouth. Look at those teeth. They look just like human teeth. Maybe not very well taken care of human teeth, but still human teeth. Scientists don't entirely know why they have teeth that look so similar to ours, but they speculate that it might be because they have diets that are similar too. They love to eat different types of food, like hard nuts, fruits, seaweed, crabs, and oysters. But these treats can be very hard. Nuts are naturally hard, but fruits that fall in the water can become pretty hard too. And these fish don't really care. They just eat everything. So they need big, strong, flat teeth that are able to squash the hard foods they consume. I never knew we could have so much in common with a fish, but there you go. Next up is Valkyrie, the Maine Coon cat. We had a dog on this list too, so since we like to please, here is one for the cat people watching. Valkyrie the cat. She is so super cute and so super fluffy, but she also looks like she is done with everyone and everything. She not only looks human, but she also has a seriously human expression. She is such a cute kitty, but it seems like an old man that is worried about all the humans around him. She looks like she really wants people to leave her alone and stop touching her, or taking her picture. But with a face like that, we simply can't get enough of her. So I guess she might need to get used to the spotlight. Next, we can look at the Emperor Tamarin. They were supposedly given their name because they looked like the German Emperor Wilhelm II. But when I look at one of these super cute monkeys and their impressive mustaches, they remind me of another emperor, the one in the animated version of Mulan. They are great animals, and in some places they are said to even make great pets. They can live up to 20 years, but they are awesome little monkeys. Their mustaches give them human-like features and are pretty cute to look at, but they also serve a pretty important purpose for these monkeys. It seems that they use their mustaches as an identifying feature to recognize different members of these species. Next up is the kangaroo. These animals are one of the most well-known animals that come from Australia. Most people know at least a little bit about these creatures, like the fact that they give birth to their babies, but then those joeys keep developing in the mother's pouch until they're big enough to leave for short periods of time. And then eventually, they grow big and strong enough to leave permanently. But what you might not know is just how strong these animals are. They can even be pretty dangerous if they are in the wrong mood. They mostly won't attack without being provoked, but you do need to be careful. But it is easier to be careful around some of this species. There are some kangaroos that are super muscular. They just seem super intimidating and even a little scary. Some of these animals have been photographed in the wild, but the most famous buff kangaroo was called Roger, and he lived in a sanctuary in Australia. He was 6 feet 7 inches tall and weighed nearly 200 pounds of all muscle. He was definitely intimidating, but his keepers loved him a lot. Still, he was pretty aggressive and had some scars to prove it. I just don't know who would look at him and try to take him on. Sadly, Roger died at 12, but that doesn't mean that he is the last of the buff kangaroos in Australia. Red kangaroos are known for being big and strong, and there are some of them around. Last on the list is the red-lipped batfish. These strange-looking fish might be a little weird, but they sure are selfie-ready. Just look at that rosy pout. But while their red lips look like they're inviting you to take a picture, just one look at that angry-looking face might make you change your mind. They don't look happy at all, but they do look very human. Or at least their mouth and attitude do. The rest of these strange little creatures don't even resemble a fish, much less a human. There are all sorts of strange animals on Earth, and some of them even start to look like humans. I hope you enjoyed this video. Until next time, thanks for watching.